G'day folks, Pat Curley, LearnCigarBoxGuitar.com with a lesson on how to use one of these things, your flat pick, right? Your pick, your plectrum. This thing, if you're using a pick, is the most important part of your kit, right? It's what hits the guitar. It's the rubber on the road, right? You play if you're right-handed, you play with your right hand because it's your dominant hand, because it's the most important thing. It's, you know, we get all these lessons that tell you how to play songs, and what notes to pick and stuff, but it's this right hand that is really in control of the thing, right? It's what gives it swing, what gives it groove, what gives it fluency, right? Smoothness. Let's take a few minutes to examine how we can get that right. You get this right at the start, you're in a much better position later on, okay? And I'll zoom down onto my right hand and we'll have a crack at that, shall we? All right. First of all, how do you hold it? If you're not holding it correctly, you won't be able to do all the other things, right? Get your hand like that. Flex that first knuckle on the first string so it looks like that. Now your pick has to be an extension of that finger, so you place it there so it's just sticking out a little bit, your thumb over the top to hold it, relax your hand a bit, and that's it, you got it, right? So it's just sticking out a little bit like that. Once you're there, you can see how my wrist is nice and straight. It stays straight, and I can just come to the guitar, pick the thing. Down, up, down, up, down, up. I can do movements with my fingers, with my wrist, or kind of just a combination. But it's not coming from my arm, yeah? Smoothness and a little bit of a flow from the wrist to the pick. Now, you're not going to get that overnight, and I'm not going to be able to show you how to get that smoothness. That's something that your muscle memory just develops through playing over a long period of time, if you were playing the right thing. If you're not, if you're just going to YouTube and playing it and doing it wrong constantly, then you're going to get frustrated eventually. You do need to learn how to do this properly. My courses are one option. Get a teacher face-to-face. That's the other option. I've not seen anything else for cigar box guitar. If you see it, please let me know. But I've looked, believe me, I've looked. You have to work these things into your memory with gradual, graded exercises that slowly develop skills that build one on top of the other. Okay? Because this is what you have to do. Once you've got your pick in that position, you have to learn when to play a note with a downstroke and when to play a note with an upstroke. Right? So you can pick down, down, up, down, up, down, up. You might think, oh, well, it's the same sound whether I pick down or up. What's the matter? What's the difference? Sure, it's the same sound, but it's the rubber on the road, remember this thing. So it's when you play the note that's important. If you're going to be fluent, it's when you play it. Have you got some swing and groove in there, right? If you're picking just because it's easier to pick up, down, down, whatever, that's not going to give you playing any fluency. What will give it fluency is if your foot's tapping. I'm just tapping away on a little snare drum there. If your foot's tapping and your hand's going up and down, the same. If I'm playing a swing sort of thing and my hand's going up and down like that, a shuffle, I should say, then when my hand comes up, determines the sort of the groove of it, doesn't it? So playing the notes with my upstroke means that that note is being hit at the precise moment when the groove tells me it needs to be hit. Does that make sense? So if I'm playing a groove like that, like a metronome or a computer, probably doesn't make much difference. But if I'm playing a tune with a bit of swing in it, Well, that was wrong, by the way. It should have been up here, shouldn't it? Yeah? The fact that I'm picking those up notes with the don't gives it the fluency. So what you need to do is practice being able to do that. Play those riffs with a down stroke on the downbeat and an upstroke on the upbeat. Right? So I'm not playing the upstroke with my feet because my foot's up. So you can't hear it, but with the pick you can when it goes there. So let's just get that riff for satisfaction down and practice it. So it's down, down. Don't go down, up. Right? Go down, bring your pick back up again, and then go down again. Because they're both downbeats. Yeah? And then go down, but don't play it and come up. Up, down, up. I'll play it with my foot, my snare drum again. So you can hear that when I hit the snare drum. Well, which note was it? I picked it down, and when my foot was up, I picked it up. Where's the rest of that riff? And then start with an upbeat again. And those strong downbeats are exactly in time with my foot going down. Right? They line up with my foot. So you're tapping your foot along with the tune. It's in your body. That's where you're getting the swing and the groove from. Your pick has to be doing that as well. Right, that's a good one to practice it with. There are others. Spoonful's a good one. Yeah, there's only the one upbeat there at the end. Spoon that, spoon that. Yeah? So those two riffs will help you get that down, up going with your pick. Make sure you're holding it properly and practice that. If there's one rule we're going to stick with, here we go again. You may have sort of gathered by now, I'm not a fan of this no rules rubbish. Let's make that a rule, right? Pick down on the downbeat, up on the upbeat. Break the rule if you want. There are exceptions. There will be exceptions. I can't think of any, but there probably will be somewhere. But do it at your peril. Do it because you know what you're doing, right? Not because it's easier or whatever. Yeah? If you can get that right, if you can get your pick in the right position, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, you're a long way toward getting some fluency with your right hand. Now remember, how do you do that then? Well, you've got to build that muscle memory in, right? And you can't do that with one simple video. It takes time, it takes graded exercises, a whole bunch of different resources, all that sort of stuff that a teacher can provide. Right? A teacher, not just someone with a phone and a guitar. Right? A structured course, then that's how you get it. All right? Cheers. Good luck.